Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Boy Howdy campaign for you. Our first round is going to be Waterways, followed up by the second round of Smokestacks. Both are going to be on Conquest before we get into this. Thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video and hit the join button where you can get live streams of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Our regiments for today, there was a fair amount of balancing that happens beforehand, and I think I got the teams on the right sides. Apologies if they're not. But on the CSA side tonight, you have the 8th Virginia, 14th Tennessee, 7th South Carolina, the Kentucky Outlaws, Gregg's Brigade, Army of Northern Virginia, Stonewall Brigade, Archers Brigade, 20th Georgia, and the 7th Louisiana. Whereas on the Union side, you have the Eagles Brigade, 2nd United States Regulars, Midwest Brigade, Irish Volunteer Brigade, 6th Arkansas, 65th Illinois, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, 4th New Jersey, I Corps, and 2nd Kentucky. Holy crap, that's a lot of regiments, but that also means we are going to have a fairly high server pop tonight. It's 3:30, always nice to see. Conquest, I think, strives a lot better in these higher player counts. But in balance, as of now, is 8 towards the Union side. Artillery-wise, CSA have 9. The Union has 11. So the infantry in balance is 6 in favor of Union, which is nothing crazy. Frontline reporters for today's battle. Representing our Union perspective, you have Snow Cactus from the 65th Illinois. I appreciate Cloud from A&V wanting to help, but he had to balance over to the opposite side. And then speaking of that other side, the CSA side, you have Meat Cutter from the 14th Tennessee. So appreciate these guys so we can see on the ground and also in the air at the same time. Co-commentating with me today, we have Evans. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep, my name is Captain Evans. I am a part of the Greg's Brigade and Holcomb Legion. I've been a captain for about 3 months now in Holcomb Legion, and I was part of the 19th Georgia beforehand, before they merged.
Heck yeah,
So I've been playing for like 3 years.
Well, we're glad you're here and joining us tonight. So, briefly overviewing the round here. So, the Union's defending this round and next round as well. And they are only going to be fighting over the C point, which is the point Union chose to defend, till the 25-minute mark. And then after that, all the points open up. For those of you who don't know Conquest, you're trying to raise your flag on the 3 flagpoles. Of course, we're only going to see the C point being fought over until the 25-minute mark. And if you have a majority of the flags, you start dealing a ticket drain on your opponent. If you're up 1-0, you're doing 1 flagpole, 2-0, you're dealing 2 flagpoles worth. However, if each side has a flagpole capped, then there is no ticket drain. Anyways, Evans, you have any opinion on Conquest strategy, especially for this map, Waterways?
So Waterways, normally, I've played this primarily in this event with CSA defending. So our general strategy is going to be to cap B, fight over B, and try and prevent Union from getting across the river. With Union actually being the ones who are defending and holding C point. I'm a little concerned. It's a tough map, but I think the goal is going to be kind of the same as always. Just don't take a ton of casualties. Try and hold B and A, and then just win a shootout afterwards. Especially with this new ticket rifle change. Sorry.
I'm so confused. Why is Union not sending a flag to C?
I don't know, and I was going to point that out right after I finished. It looks like they have one going. No, that's second USR does not have a flag.
What?
Um,
There's Kramer just did a server announcement saying they're fighting over the C point. Is there a mistake here?
there has to be of some sort because Union is the ones who selected C point.
Midwest Brigade, they've got a flag running. They're at the Progress Mill right now. Let's get into
there must have been some sort of miscommunication.
That's hilarious.
Who was to go cap? As a CSA officer, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
However,
no bias here.
Yeah, no, there's a little bit of bias. But,
that was a
yeah,
decision.
no, that really surprised me, and I do want it to be a good match, though. I am a little, for the sake of balancing, I do wish that they'd gotten their flag up, but it's all right. They'll get it up and it'll be fine.
No, I don't blame you at all for that. That's because the interesting part, especially with Waterways, is I like this rule set a lot because one team will get to capture a point until the 25-minute mark, and then after that, if the other team position themselves right, they have easy access to the remainder of the 2 points, and then they can slowly start catching back up. And so I think it's a neat way to play Conquest. Always nice to watch.
Yeah, no, and it's one of my favorite rule sets that is currently in place, especially with the Conquest game mode. It kind of changes things up a little bit from your normal just all 3 points are live, just go fight over everything.
Right.
Ah, no, sorry, it's your club.
Um,
The guy looks
I
very
would
much
also
like
like
you.
to see, we have not played this map yet since the new rifle changed in this event. So I am curious to see how this how it's going to affect this map in particular with that large open field
By the
that's
way,
around
Zeus
B,
Mohammed is a killer
and
name.
that kind of high ground with a little bit of cover on the roadside there.
Right. I mean, one of the CSA groups getting shot up by IVB a little bit. I mean, they're in a little bit of cover, but you can kind of see that. CSA's trying to put a fair amount of pressure in the woods, kind of to the CSA left side of their line. You got SB, GB, 14th Tennessee there.
Yeah, it looks like they're fighting the Union I Corps, well, I guess CSA I Corps, but balanced over to Union tonight, and the 2nd U.S. Sharps there.
And I mean, I wonder, I don't know if you know in terms of like the plan beforehand, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm aware of the plan, yeah.
All right, so does CSA plan to try to take this point, or are they just going to sit back and kind of try to set themselves up to get B and A?
I'm gonna say they're gonna primarily go for B and A. I mean, obviously, no plan survives first contact. But at the moment, it looks like they're kind of following the plan to a T. You can see on the southwest side of B Point, you can see a large Union force. It looks like A and V kind of flanking around. Who is this? EB, and trying to get on their flank and get above them and kind of shoot them down. So it kind of looks like we're doing exactly what we drew it up with on the strat sketch.
Yeah, it's a rarity. Hey,
Right?
that's a good thing.
Look, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. We're kind of doing what we said we were going to do. We're going to try to avoid taking too many casualties, but we do want to hold around B and not let Union take it. That's the biggest thing. We don't want to let them get a foothold and take B, because then retaking is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly, and especially since Union's going to get a jump start with having that
Yeah.
first flagpole. There's not much room for error. Granted, Union didn't cap that point for a long time, so that's obviously going to be very helpful
Yeah.
for CSA, because normally by the 25-minute mark, if a team has the point capped for the majority of the first, like, 15 minutes, then
Yep.
usually you're
looks
down
like we have
around
a
the half
charge
stage.
here. But
Yep.
yep,
PK
out to
going
the
out.
northeast in the woods. Yep. Let's see. Is anybody going to go to support? No. I mean, they inflicted some casualties there, and it looks like the Union is going to fall back off that point, which is good. But it doesn't look like the charge was successful in wiping them completely. Or not. Or it turns around.
Yeah, they
I'm
got
wrong.
more going in on I-Core now.
Yep. Oh, get out of there, Coruscant. Get him out of there, boys. Oh, and then we have GB moving in, it looks like, over on the other side as well.
Yep. Meanwhile, IVB's shifting in the woods for Union, trying to
Yep.
reinforce this. Union can't lose this side, because if they lose this, CSA can kind of slip up to that C point. IVB does have the
Great
Mississippi.
charge there, but yeah, IVB came in and kind of finished it off.
And good hold
A
there.
lot of good quick charges there in quick succession, back to back to back.
Indeed. And it looks like IVB might countercharge this and try to deal some more damage.
Yep. You've got GB holding there along the river, and then 7th LA kind of holding up in the woods. It looks like that's a small contingent of 7th LA, though. I see, like, Duckster and their officers seem to be holding up on the road.
Yeah,
Might have been respawning on flag.
the thing for CSA is that I don't think this will happen, because CSA is already have a huge defensive line across the B point.
Yeah.
But if Union were to trap CSA on the little creek crossing here, that would be bad. Which actually there is a 7th LA gun on that crossing, which is kind of funny. I don't know how much damage it's gonna do, but
Yeah, I believe the goal is to get all of the artillery for CSA pointed at that creek crossing to provide some fire support into those woods there and prevent them from being able to charge across. That's what our artillery normally does.
makes sense. So,
But
yeah.
how do you feel about the new rifle changes?
Now, at least from watching it, I like it a lot. I mean, the meta has always been charge, but over the past year, the updates, like making the flag spawn go quicker,
Mm-hmm.
and alongside that change, each death was worth 20% less tickets. Like, that stuff really made charging the only way to win. You could not sit and shoot your opponent down, because as we now know, the bullet spread was extreme. Shooting
Yeah.
was luck-based for the most part. I mean, obviously, you got to aim properly, but it's going to be more luck-based than it is now, because with the patch notes said, the guns got at a minimum 60% decrease in their bullet spread, so it's a lot more skill-based, which I appreciate.
That's a huge buff, and I'm not going to complain about that in the slightest. As a skirmish or a light infantry regiment, whatever you want to call us, Holcomb really appreciates that rifle boost, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, also, because shots are a lot more accurate, that means a lot more people are going to be dying, which means, for once, you might be able to actually outshoot the respawn from flags, which was another thing.
Yep.
Beforehand, you couldn't shoot someone out of a position because they just keep spawning guys in nonstop. Now that you can actually hit your shots,
Yeah, you
force
essentially
them out.
had to have more people who knew how to, and that you had to be fighting them with either buck and ball, so you could drop multiple at once, or you weren't going to win. I mean, it was just, or you had to have somebody constantly picking off flags before they get respawned off.
And it's a mess. But the biggest thing is that because of this change, shooting is back on the menu in terms of strategy, and so we don't always have to see charging, which I like charging. I like being aggressive, but
yeah,
it's nice to see shooting.
I love the shootouts, you know, being able to kind of act a little bit more realistically, fighting in either shoulder to shoulder or kind of a broken skirmish line where we're actually doing a good shootout. That's kind of why I got the game in the first place, with the occasional bayonet charge. You know, a couple per match, but not every single time.
That's what the devs talked about whenever they talked about charging, is that it rarely happened.
Yeah, and I mean, they are absolutely correct. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I'm some sort of, you know, perfect historian by any means, but, you know, I've studied it a little bit, and I'm really interested in the Civil War history, so.
But anyways, CSA have set up kind of a firm defensive line. Union has pushed a fair amount of guys to their right side of their line, kind of into that wood line. I don't know if they're going to try to make a break for the A point, potentially. Which,
yeah,
because CSA is putting a lot of guys, at least on the southeast side of the map, beyond the B point from CSA perspective, I mean, maybe Union might have a window. I mean, just looking over the CSA and USA guys near that waterway in between A and B, I mean, Union very much outnumbers the CSA. Not that they would know that per se, but
yeah. I mean, I think the other thing too is you have so many rifles down there. Like, I mean, you don't need 80 rifles to keep up a consistent kind of smoke cloud and make yourself look bigger, especially in those woods there.
Right.
But yeah, no, First Corps, EB, Second US, Sharp, 65th. Yeah, they 14th Indiana. There are a ton of Union units down there, and I am a little worried that there might be a big charge here.
And we're up to 340 now. In balance is 14 infantry, or sorry, not infantry. Actually, it is infantry because there's 12 on each side of artillery. It's a 14-man infantry in balance in favor of the Union right now, which obviously will help. I think 15 is kind of that limit for when it's too much.
Yeah, I believe 15 is also, I think, the event limit as well. Don't quote me on that. I'm not a moderator in this event, but that tends to be the case for multiple events.
So, 2.5 minutes. At this point, you got to start thinking about the other 2 points. Set yourself up for success, with obviously with the CSA defensive line that they have. Union's charging south side of the map.
Yes, they are. I'm very interested to see how this will play out. They have a lot of ground to cover, a lot of open ground to cover, and it's a big uphill slope with a lot of CSA there to help them out. So,
you know, of all the sides I thought Union would have charged, I thought it would have been the woods. But
agreed. And honestly, I don't think that this is quite the move here. No hate on the Union guys there, but
nah,
I can feel like that. Oh, and right in the middle as well, on B. On B, here you go, IVB charging out SB and A and B right there in the middle on B point.
I don't know if the whole charge across the open field was coordinated between these guys, but it's not like the officers have a Steam chat to communicate that, but...
No, they do not, and that's a big thing about this event. It can get very hectic and very difficult to communicate.
So it's a good wipe from IVB. Looks like they're trying to get set up on that B point, but they're all up there by themselves as of now.
Yep.
But CSA did take a little hit, but they didn't lose any flags, and that's the important thing. Flags are about the most important thing in this game, because obviously you need the flags to cap the points, but on top of that, these maps are really huge, and when you lose a flag deep in that territory, you can't get that flag for 5 or so minutes, and then if you die, you gotta spawn main. It just spreads everyone out. It's a complete mess.
Hey, Collector, they hold that.
Yeah, no, it can. One of the most horrifying things you can see as an infantryman whenever you're fighting in this game is flag out of line.
Alright, 33rd on me.
It's never a fun sight. It's never fun to see that.
Can we borrow numbers because there's nobody else here to
Not fun. Just I'll put it that way.
Yep.
With numbers.
So 40 seconds. Union is up by a morale stage. Normally, the team that doesn't cap the original point is basically on taking losses at this point. So obviously, with Union not getting the point, CSA is gonna have a little more of a buffer. But I'm intrigued to see how aggressive Union is gonna play this. Union and CSA, at least on the south side of the map, should mostly be reformed by this point, I would think. But I wonder if Union's going to charge to try to get A, or if they're going to try to do what IVB did a moment ago and just charge up to B.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that charge might have actually spooked them off. I mean, having 1 or 2 unsuccessful charges, especially on that side near EB, can really kind of throw you off of wanting to assault that position again. But obviously, I don't know what's going on in those officers' heads. They're actually down there talking right now. Oh, looks like they're actually loading and holding. I believe that they are going to go for a charge.
So yeah, you got 20th Georgia collapsing in. You also got SB, 33rd Virginia in particular, going in on the point as well. So CSA's got that. I assume they have someone on A as well, which they do. They're about to fully cap. That was pretty quick.
Yep.
So, oh, IVB's going to go in.
Like, are we getting our cannons across the river?
I would be shocked if I see that. Anyways, charge that B.
No, they're doing it. Oh, here they go. You got some 8th Virginia boys, some 7th LA collapsing down from the hilltop, and then you have NWB and EB trying to push towards B point, it looks like, as well.
IVB gets a dent. They lose their flag. CSA will hold that in the end.
But yep, here you go. MWB and EB are coming right on the point as well.
Midwest Brigade's turning away from the point, trying to set up. Oh, they're gonna shoot.
Yeah, they're gonna try and meet A and B. It looks like. Ooh, does EB have enough guys? Oh, it's close. I think they're gonna do it.
CSA flag running away.
Yep, and they got it.
IVB's flag back up.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
That doesn't mean that. Oh, A and B's got to charge in here.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Because here comes who is this? 4th New Jersey coming right in.
Yeah, this is about going as well as you would want for Union. I mean, right now no one's losing any tickets to the flag, but
yeah,
now you're gonna get the B point and start dealing tickets again, and nothing you do in this game will compare to how many tickets you're gonna lose from that flag drop rate. So,
right.
Anyways, where are these cannons you were talking about? Oh my goodness, you're not kidding.
Yep. Nope. Dude, I was sitting there. I was like, what is going on? Do they have it stuck in the river?
It looks like it is. There's so many rocks.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Oh, they're still turning. So you know what's actually funny, right? So there's this opening that you have to go down or go through to like cross this little area. If you go to the east by like 20 feet, I saw a pub match where the team on this side of the river charged through and popped out 20 feet off of where they were supposed to, and they all got stuck in the water and got shot to crap. It was hilarious. So, Union get that B point. They're going to start dealing a ticket drain on the CSA again. They have all their flags up, although I assume a lot of the IVB spawn back at main, so it's going to take time before they get back up there.
I'd have to imagine. It looks like we have Holcomb holding out towards the south side. It looks like they're trying to do some... I believe they're shooting at the 6th Arkansas guys that are out there in the woods, and then you have... who is this? ANV? Yeah, ANV right there next to him, shooting at half the Union force that's on B point.
And they're getting thrown off. I mean, it's going to be hard. Now, CSA's kind of going at it with... Union's consolidated on the point. CSA's really spread out. It's going to be very difficult for them to try to organize a charge. I mean,
Agreed.
the thing is, too, maybe CSA could try to send a few guys to try to sneak through Union lines to get the C to get that decap, but just because of how this map is set up, it's difficult. There's only a few ways you can cross over to get to that C point, and you're going to hit a Union guy. It's like almost if a Union soldier, or a couple of them, try to get to the A point. I mean, CSA's going to see you. So
I mean, 2nd Texas is kind of our skirmish unit, skirmish part of the brigade, and that was kind of their job, from my understanding, for tonight, was to go around and decap. But it looks like the Union have set up a fantastic line in those woods, and it's just going to be very difficult to try and sneak through.
There's some charging at B. Eagles Brigade and some Midwest guys charged out to get a CSA flag. They do get it down, but 20 Georgia and 7th LA are there, and they're going to get that flag back up.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to shoot them down as they're running away, and get a couple kills, possibly some out of lines as well.
But the thing is, right, with no Steam chat, if you're any of the CSA over here and you see your friendlies charging in, you got to help. So CSA on the left, 20th Georgia, 8th Virginia went in. Now A&V saw them, and they're moving in as well. So.
Yep, 6th Arkansas just came up the hill. They pushed Holcomb out, but they're going to be holding there. So we'll see if they don't get their loads or don't push into support, then it could actually be a CSA win on this charge.
CSA just stop and form a line. They're not charging. Union's charging them out.
Okay, here we go. 7th LA and
Union just got shredded there.
7th LA is finally pushing in.
Union just charged a regiment into CSA and got wiped. CSA countercharging. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 6th Arkansas is flanking around to the south side of the B point, though, up the hill. So we'll see if they're able to do anything with that. Oh, and Hulk is moving to meet him.
Wow, I am shocked Union charged into the CSA there. Maybe they didn't have their loads, but...
Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest or the best explanation I can think, but it looks like they did get their flags out, so that's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But
getting your flags
it
out...
does seem that the majority of the Confederacy or the CSA in the woods on the north side got pushed out. They had to fall back across the road, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, Union's been operating fine so far, but they've got a lot of guys in these woods facing not that many CSA, and so CSA will have a numbers advantage on B point. I almost wonder if they should start pushing forward and trying to pressure. I mean, IVB shifted back over in the woods as well, so I don't know if they're going to make an attempt for A, but you can't, like, half defend this and then half go to B, because CSA, for the most part, is defending B.
Yeah. Looks like 6th Arkansas is continuing to shift around to the south. Seeing if, I guess, maybe they can't get some shots onto the, Ooh, I don't think that they see him, though. Right on that fence line.
Wait, are they shooting us?
One of the guys from 6th Arkansas just said, wait, are they shooting us?
Yeah, I heard that too. That was pretty funny.
Fucking hell. Didn't realize how many there were.
Oh my god.
CSA will get that B point. They desperately need that. Even though Union doesn't have it, they were able to be up by a flagpole for a minute, so that's good. Union actually pushed up in that wood line, as mentioned. A couple CSA guys getting shot off. IVB pushed out of the woods in there, trying to take shots at B.
I don't know if that's a great position, only because... Oh, no, but then they have EB and MWB right there in the middle of the field supporting them as well. Oh, 6th Arkansas is just getting shot down by A and V right here. But in all honesty, I mean, yeah, those are great out-of-line tickets, but I think A and V is going to turn and face that bigger threat that's coming right on to B right now from EB and MWB. Charging it out.
So they take their shots and now go in EV, Midwest Brigade, IVB still sitting there for the moment. And CSA, at least the south side of the point, are just kind of sitting and watching. I don't know if they're getting their bayonets on or what.
20th Georgia, yeah, 8th Virginia, there are a couple of units there.
There's a whole regiment on knee back.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it looks like SB is kind of... What are the... What is SB? Do they not realize that that's Union? Oh, I don't think SB realized that that was Union on point.
Hey, we got friendlies hitting B. We should hit it with them.
And here comes IVB right into the side.
Guys, watch behind you. We're charging behind you. Check behind. Watch behind.
Wipe them, me boys! Wipe them! May God smite these rebel scum! May God smite them!
So yeah, that was TKO's behind IVB with some AB guys as well. I don't know if IVB sees them.
Okay.
Now they do.
Yep, they're kind of mixing in a little fight there, and then you got what was left of SB is trying to get out of there. Kind of a trickle charge, but they saved SB, so kind of worth it.
And IVB won that as well, so good little charge from them, but I guess it didn't matter in the grand scheme of things because CSA did hold B, but I mean that's tickets lost on the CSA, and at this point, I mean, Union's up by what, a morale stage and a quarter on top.
Yeah.
So as long as Union just keeps dealing damage, they'll do great. And if we actually look, Union has nearly taken the Creek Crossing high course there. Where is the artillery for CSA? Did they get it across? They got
I don't
oh,
know. They
did.
have 2 guns. Oh, they have one across?
But I-Core's on it. Dang. I feel bad. Imagine
Oof.
spending the whole round doing that. And then you finally get to cross.
They'll get it across. It looks like you have a couple units moving out from Maine. All the artillery, of course, and then what looks to be 2nd Texas, and I think I saw another one messing up there. Nope, just 2 guys.
So, I mean, if Union can get CSA... I mean, Union's most likely, as of now, I would say is probably going to win this game. We'll see how long CSA holds this, but Union has kind of trapped CSA off from their main spawn. I-Core's kind of holding on that. If Union can get some CSA flags, that'd be great for them. But that's a fun or interesting thing is that neither side has really been able to get their opponent's flags down, and if they do get them down, it's not for long.
Oh, what is this? Look to the east-southeast. It looks like 14th Tennessee is actually going to try and move across and maybe try and decap C.
Oh my goodness. Talk about taking a long way around.
Yeah, but, I mean, it doesn't look like that they have encountered... Oh no, is this Arby's guy gonna... Is he gonna find him out? Wow. I think they're gonna get reported just by, like, found out just by that. And the Union guns are also moving across the river, I'd like to point out. If, it looks like everybody just wants to fight use their cannons right across the middle.
Yeah, it's a little fascinating that the guns were put where they were, but oh well.
Oh, and Union, has taken the crossing for sure. They've just completely taken it.
Yeah, the question is,
Gotta
though,
go.
I mean, what, you got a couple of CSA on that? I don't know if it's artillery. I mean, you mentioned the 2nd Texas guys, but that's 5 or 6 of them there, so it's not large.
Yeah, it looks like they took some casualties.
CSA already should have some good shots, though, hopefully.
Yeah.
I need someone to stand next to me. Oh no,
So... CSA almost down to breaking. The Union about a third of a stage and taking losses. Is 14th Tennessee they're still chugging.
They're doing it. They're gonna make it across, hopefully.
And
It'd be nice to see.
it's gonna dramatically change that round.
Yep, I mean, because it has the potential. And also, I'd like to point out, skirmishers actually are allowed to go inside of buildings in this event. Your regular infantry cannot camp out in buildings, but any designated skirmisher groups are allowed to use buildings, hide in them, whatever the case may be, which is what we see 14th doing in the barn right now.
Maybe they're trying to hide. I don't know. Just to, like,
Believe they're
give it a
gonna
minute or so.
maybe regain stamina or something of that nature. I couldn't tell you.
It could be that too, but we'll see.
yeah, there you go. Thank you.
But yeah, decapping C would shift the point, or shift the ticket imbalance in favor of CSA, hopefully, and maybe pull a couple of units away.
Yeah, the overreaction from a side could be fairly huge, but looks like Midwest Brigade and EB are charging into the B point now. You also have some Union charging in the rear, CSA up top, 4th, New Jersey's going in. They'll provide a little distraction, but
Yep, and you have 6th Arkansas getting in a close range shootout on the southeast side as well. Looks like A and B is going to charge that out and not focus on the point, but
both sides about to drop to their next stage.
yep.
Swing the point, get those fucking flags.
And both sides hit at the same time. 14th Tennessee has started that decap. IVB is rolling in as well.
Beauty. 20th Georgia begins to counter-charge, and I believe that gets driven back. Oh, they're holding, but the 7th LA comes in to help them out.
No, he's good.
And they got the decap off. That's beautiful. So now there's only one ticket being, or one flag up.
There's more coming, boys.
Oh, I'm loading keys. Save me.
To me, the biggest concern I have is specifically this river crossing. There's got to be a retake that needs to occur for the CSA. They have to take that back if we want to have any hope of winning this match, in my opinion.
I mean, potentially. I mean, if CSA can keep their flags up on this side, it won't be the worst thing in the world. But Union do get B. Meanwhile, 14th Tennessee, they did end up getting that decap at C, which is huge for them. You do have a couple of Union guys heading back already, mid some 2nd U.S. Regulars and the Midwest Brigade, and they've already brought a flag back, so Union's going to be able to get that back quickly. And I mean, if Union can hold B for a few more minutes, they'll probably win this game.
Oof, they're getting called out for being in the barn too. It was called out. It was called out that 14th is hiding in the barn, so that's unfortunate.
Raise your brightness. I gotta raise the camera.
Fuck you, man!
And it looks like B is being decapped by CSA now.
Indeed it is, but the big part for Union is the fact that they took B and it prevented CSA getting a 2-0 flag lead for a little bit. That's really huge.
Yeah. Although I will say, Union is getting chewed up at that river crossing right now. They're kind of taking some fire from both sides, and it's hurting them for sure.
Hey, retard, can you block the bullets for me?
Although IVB is getting really close on that northwest side of the B point.
We got some targets west.
Yeah, they didn't bring their flag with them, so it looks like they're just trying to get an angle, get some shots, and then back off. I mean, at this point, Union just needs to avoid hitting braking. Like, honestly, I mean, if I were Union, I would almost want to try to hunker down at that C point. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how quickly the flag itself will drop you.
That I couldn't tell you. I'm still not too familiar with it. I know it does eventually, but I can't say for how long or after how much time.
Because, I mean, oh, Union's charging at B again. Only a couple, though. It's, some 4th New Jersey guys, they got wiped pretty quickly. I mean, I mean, if that flag's going to get Union down into breaking, Union has got to pick up the pace then and try to get CSA down the last stand if they want the win there.
Yeah.
But surprised Union hasn't really tried. Maybe they don't want to overextend, but I attempted that A. Granted, there's a fair amount of CSA guys just about out and about here. So, oh, Union's charging in again at B.
He's dead.
This is a disaster.
Yeah, Union's gonna go into breaking. They got CSA down.
And so the really interesting thing about this one, I know you've seen it, the picket patrol, if there's a tie on between the 2 rounds. So we'll see what happens, but
That does happen.
that charge didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Oh,
Sorry.
no,
Oh, I was just saying that charge wasn't very successful.
No.
It kind of got shot down before they were able to make it to B.
Union wants to go into breaking. The unfortunately, you can't watch Picket Patrol. You can't spectate from it like we are now.
I know.
It's
very unfortunate.
I mean, you could hop around to a single player, but you can't really tell a story doing that.
Yeah, I wish it was spectatable. I don't think it's high on the dev's priority list by any means, seeing as it's one of the least played game modes.
So, a little less than 5 minutes now. Yeah, Union's 100%. Union's got to make a move if they want.
Yep, they did manage to.
CSA's charging in the woods.
14th out at B though.
TKO.
Oh, there they go. And that's the move that they might have made.
I mean,
But it looks like TKO is countercharging. Even I don't know if that's a good idea just because of how big IVB and looks like First Corps.
Yep.
It's a big group.
It's another thing too that at this point, right? Union's gonna hit breaking. If I were CSA, I would kind of just back off and hold the defensive line that I have right now. I don't want to go into last stand and give Union a win here.
No, absolutely not. Especially since this is for a tabletop. The casualties matter, the deaths matter, the tickets matter. All of that plays into, material, the number of troops that we have on the board, etc. So this match has a little bit more going at stake than just, oh, it's just a fun match. It is, of course, but we've also got that element of the tabletop, and that matters to a lot of the units and a lot of the people here.
And as of now, I'm guessing it'll be a draw. I mean, Union's really not picking up the pace at all. There is some Union actually charging in at that wood line again. I-Corps is going in. And they're going to get good kills.
Looks like they pushed second Texas out. But we've got Hulk there on the other side supporting, as well as, who is that, TKO? Yeah, TKO there, and AB.
They're going to push up TKO.
On the other side. Yeah, and they actually have the opportunity to hit First Corps. They're kind of spread out, so they could get a good charge off here. Yep, here comes Hulk as well.
CSA already gets a shot in there.
Oh, that was close. That could have been team kill. That was very dangerous.
It looked very close. So Union hits breaking. Half morale stage difference. If I'm Union, I'm charging here. And they're going into...
Yep.
Oh, they're pushing up. IVB's pushing up to the northwest side of Point. Meanwhile, Eagles Brigade's diving B. 4th New Jersey is moving up to assist from behind. CSA sitting and getting their shots. IVB circling around towards B.
Yep, who is that pushing straight up? That's 65th and IVB, it looks like, moving straight in. Coming to LA. I mean, they're getting good shots on the side, but I think they've just got to push in now. Because, I mean, you've got MWB pushing in from behind. They've got to make a move now.
Why is
Try and
CSA
wipe these units.
CSA flag just ran right into IVB and died.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see.
CSA is gonna. I think CSA is gonna. Yeah, they're gonna hold it.
Yep, SB holds it.
Oh.
They don't. They prevent the decap.
Hold up. There's a lot of Union to the south side of Point that I did not
Yeah.
realize were there. Hold up. Union
Yeah,
still
no,
at this.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to say earlier. That's why they've got to defeat. You know, they have to defeat the IVB guys. I don't know why they were sitting and shooting, but it looks like CSA consolidated. So this is gonna be a good one.
Union's got to move though. They got to get a decap and cap that point to start dealing that ticket drain.
Yep.
And
They
it takes
have
30 some seconds
1
to
minute.
do one of those actions.
Form up on that line. Get those reloads. Let that fucking ball.
All the way.
There is a Union. Never mind, I got picked up.
Oh, and then we have friendlies coming in for TKO, and looks like GB.
Yeah, here comes some more Union charge again.
Yep, but in the woods you have Union charging through the woods as well.
45 seconds. Anyways.
I don't believe that they're going to be able to.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be able to make it.
Anyways, what's your thoughts of this round, Evans?
Very chaotic. A lot of back and forth over that B point, and a lot more than I thought over that south side. I really did not expect to see many charges straight up that wide open hill. I'm gonna be honest. I thought that was gonna kind of slow down a lot with the new rifle change, but didn't seem to.
I don't know. Everyone was still aggressive. It was still a good round. I mean, Union had that start. It really. I mean, Union has a higher morale stage, but it will be a draw since they're both in breaking. That's how it is. It really makes you wonder if Union would have won this game if they didn't make that mistake at the beginning of not capping C off the rip.
Yeah, I would like to say that they wouldn't have, or that they would have won. Sorry.
Yeah.
But then again, who knows? Maybe they would have been a little bit more confident and maybe been more aggressive. Who knows, right? I mean, overall, it was a great match. I think both sides played, pretty well, all things considered. I don't think that there's really any way to say one side did significantly worse.
Yeah. Good job, both sides. Draw for our first round. We'll see you all shortly for round number 2. All right, here we are with round number 2. Now on smokestacks. So Union is defending again, and they chose to defend the A point. So that is where everyone's going. I don't know if I mentioned this at the beginning of the last round, but we don't start at 45 because they start quick timing at 43, and then they can start sprinting and double quicking at the 40-minute mark, which is what we're at now. Skirmishers can move out beforehand, but there's not too much that happens there, which is why we don't start there. Anyways, 2nd Kentucky did balance over. I think they went back to CSA. Let's see. Yeah, they went back over to CSA to help with balancing, so appreciate with that. The balance is perfect. We're at 330 artillery-wise. Union have 18. The Confederates have 9, so the infantry in balance is 9 in favor of CSA, which is unlike what we saw last round. So, that being said, Evans, what's your thought on smokestacks, and how do you think each side should play this round?
So I will say Union has a very strong position when defending the A point. They have that graveyard. They have the wood, or not the wood, sorry, the snake rail fence there. They have the white picket fence. They even have a little bit of that corn that they're able to enter. So it's a very strong position. If we're spectating Union from their perspective, highly recommend that they hold on A point initially, which is what they're going to do. The biggest thing is they have to be in a position to take that B point immediately at 25. They have to have some units in the woods, which it doesn't look like they do at the moment, but we're still at the 38-minute mark, and CSA is playing this exactly how you want to play it. Control the open field, use the cover that you have in those 2 fences, use the woods, and try and get into a shootout with the Union for now.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, it's a strong defensive spot. There's no point for CSA to really charge out at it. And so, hopefully Union actually caps the point a little earlier than last time, and they should. But, CSA should just kind of wait this out. Now, again, they got to play perfect the rest of this round, which they're set up in nice spots to do. But as you mentioned, Union has to take B, and that's always going to be a little tricky trying to come through the open field. So we'll see what happens, though. We got a little bit of waiting until 25-minute mark, but...
And I will say, I really like what the CSA is doing here, putting a bunch of their troops already at the C point. It looks like we have 2nd Texas here. I believe that's going to be Holcomb Legion. And then it's also going to be, I believe, SB hanging out near C point. That just makes sure that we have control over it, so the second that 25 hits, we can cap.
Right. And if you're CSA 2, I assume that the Union is not really going to push out too much because they're just defending the A point. There's no real reason for Union to be pushing out. So there is a lot of guys for CSA here at C, don't get me wrong, but it's not like CSA is trying to take A, and it's not like you expect, at least until the 25-minute mark, or close to, for the Union to move out. So
yeah. And so A and V, it looks like they are doing exactly what was drawn up on the plan as well. They're going to be hitting that artillery, and then going to be trying to maybe push down that fence line, that snake rail fence, and trying to get some good shots onto the Union into their backs.
Which, hey, that's...
yeah, sorry, I should have called out. That's out near B point. They're moving through the open field. They're going to be moving towards the Union artillery.
That'll be a nice couple of kills. That Union officer on artillery is running away. He doesn't want the smoke from A and V.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I don't think he realizes.
I don't think he saw him. He doesn't.
Oh man, A and V, come on. Yo, right there, you gotta get the good shots.
Union already tried to hit, but they got the snake fence, but not any men from what I saw.
Yep. And speaking of that, I would highly, if I was the CSA artillery, use your artillery. Blow up that fence or that wall. I don't believe you're able to on the graveyard, but hit the wall and kill as many guys as you can, man. That wall is a nightmare. Gives them a lot of good cover, and if we can get rid of it, we should.
I don't know if you could break another.
Yeah, I don't know.
Episode.
So is the Jersey Devil real?
Oh, did you say that you couldn't break that when you've done a Mythbuster
No,
episode?
I
on
said
that
that's a good Mythbuster idea. Some of the Union are charging
absolutely.
out CSA.
Yep, looks like the RD is going to try and push those A and V guys out, and they're kind of falling back to the bigger group.
CSA already is being charged out too by some I-Corps guys. 7th LA is trying to protect with 14th Tennessee. Oh, I forgot to mention, we have frontline reporter change for Union side. It's going to be Complex from IVB, appreciative of that POV. So,
Much appreciated.
but I mean, this is... Yeah.
Go on.
No,
Go on. I'll wait.
I'm going to keep... we'll just keep talking like that for the next 12 minutes while nothing happens, but...
Man, I will say, this is going to be Holcomb Legion's piece, or, well, Greg's Brigade in general. Don't want to get ahead of myself. This is Greg's Brigade's piece that's actually being fought for this match on the tabletop. So there's a little bit of a vested interest and a little bit of a personal connection for us, especially to this map.
So, if it's your token, do you lead the strategy, or is it still like a team play?
So it is a team planning, but we do, as the people who are fighting our piece, we do kind of lead the strategy. And it looks like actually Greg's Brigade in general is all shifting off of C point and maybe moving to the edge of the wood line. I don't know what we're doing here, but we still have SB staying back, prepared to cap the point at 25.
Maybe they thought Union was going to go there right away, because Union spawn is very close to that C point.
No, it absolutely is. Yeah, I'm not going to, say that they were, planning on anything, because I don't quite know. It looks like we might have a little engagement here, too, with some EV guys and some
we could take it?
kind of following right behind the Greg's Brigade gentlemen.
I don't know why there's 3 Union guys, unless they're main spawns, but...
Yeah, that's right next to their main spawn. So, they kind of... Yeah, they did. And it looks like A and V is kind of getting in a big gunfight here, kind of shooting down that arty and just preventing the Union from being able to do what they want to do with their artillery. Oh, they're going for a charge.
Uh-oh, the Union arty is all bunched up.
Yep, this is perfect for a charge for A and V.
The officer trying to protect his men, unlike before.
He's trying his best.
Oh, he died.
And he died bravely, though. He died fighting. Oh, those poor Union guys that were behind, though. They're getting chased down the entire map. Looks like they made it away.
What are you even gonna do?
I mean, all it takes is 3 to decap, so on paper, if they're able to sit there and hide undetected for a couple of minutes, the second that CSA caps B, there's a chance that they can get a sneaky little decap off.
At A?
At B point. Because they are right next to it, but
Union
we'll see. I think it would take a lot.
Oh, you're talking about those 3 Eagles Brigade guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. With the amount of CSA there, I don't know, but you never know
Yeah, I
until you
think
play
it
the
would take
match, right?
Right, it'd take a miracle, but I've seen crazier things happen.
Speaking of March Madness, I need to look up how I'm doing in that. Anyway,
Oh, dude, my bracket is absolutely cooked. I was very
I'm winning
disappointed.
in my group.
Where's our flag?
Oh, I hate you, but I am not. To be fair, I don't know anything about basketball. I just kind of pick teams that I know, and I'm a big SEC fan, so I picked.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you're telling me. Everybody except Bama. Hate Bama, man. I'm an LSU fan.
EB is at the Union already trying to help their artillery. A&V charges them out. Meanwhile, Midwest Brigade's going to show up.
EB, they got to get that flag out of there. They got to go. I don't think they realize. Come on, get the flag out of there, guys. It looks like Holcomb is trying to move to support him now. I don't think it's going to be enough, but we'll see. Maybe. If they can at least get the flag out, then it'll be
huge success.
A victory. Yeah.
Oh,
kill that Rambo. Hey, we got it.
Yeah, my Sweet 16 at the moment of recording is still intact. Not a single
Ooh, I
team is
hate you
out.
so much.
I mean, I've gotten games wrong, but none of them I had past that, so.
No, my Sweet 16 is incorrect.
I don't think it's gonna make it long or make it that long. I'm a big Michigan fan, and so I put them winning the whole thing, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. So.
Yeah, I picked UNC to make it to the Sweet 16. I feel like a fool now.
I picked them to win the first round. I don't know why in hindsight. It's actually funny. I looked at the game and it was like 66-53. They were losing by a lot. I looked back like a few minutes later and it was 66-63. Like North Carolina almost won the game. And
I know.
It was. Oh well. Not a great pick, I guess, but.
Who did you pick to win it all? Is my question.
Michigan. That's who
Oof.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but.
No, I picked Kentucky though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of going off of ancient readings, I guess you could say. Yeah, right. Like the before times. I don't know if this is I don't know if it's quite gonna work out for me.
So we got to do is March Madness and War of Rights.
Always,
a shooting
right?
competition. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. EB charging from the graveyard.
Oh my
They're trying to charge
goodness.
the rest of the field. I don't know if this was the move. I don't know what they were thinking
It was not
here.
the move.
Oh, but none of the guns had canister loaded. That's so unfortunate. Oh, it
Why
knocked
did that
down
shot
about
not
half of
kill
them.
any of them?
I don't understand. Sometimes the RD is so inconsistent in this game, which can make it a little bit
Oh,
frustrating.
here comes some more Union. What is that? IBB's following.
Yep, but there's just so. Oh, and then from the rocks, you have EB as well, and looks like first core, I-core. I don't know. I don't think this was the move, but maybe it is.
CSA's not. I mean, maybe they're getting rid of reloads, but Union's somehow holding the line. All of these shots need to be hit right here at this close range.
Yeah, if it's not, especially with the new rifle update, that's just you need to hit the shooting range, buddy.
I'm out of range for.
Ooh, that volley from down the road was, it hit EB in first core on the road pretty hard.
It's a nice angle there from 7th LA. And a tiny
Yeah, it is.
blade too.
I know. You know what? I'm not a big volley guy. I'll be honest with you. Our big thing is we are not volley guys, but that was a pretty good one.
So in that case, what do you think of Sharp's carbine volleys? I'm sure you love that as a skirmisher.
Why are we giving sharp carbines to Molly Group? I'm sorry.
CSA's charging. TKO's going in. They get, I think that's IVB's flag down. Oh my goodness.
Yep, that is beautiful work, and that is what you want to see from a charge right there. Surround, destroy, and wipe. That is a textbook charge. Oh, but no. We can't have 20 cannot pull back from this position. We need this. They need the support there. TKO does.
Yes.
Oh, and it looks like their flag goes down as a result. Oh no, sorry, that was IVB's. That's wrong. Sorry.
Fake news.
Got a little caught up. Fake news. Got a little caught up in the moment, guys.
It's always fascinating when you get regimental leaders come on here. I think the most notable was 5th Virginia, 2 Corps. Their leader was on here, and it was Piper Farm. And the 5th VA guys charged the stone wall from like where CSA already is as Union against a whole line of CSA. And the regimental officer was like, "No, what are you doing? Stop! Turn around!" As they're getting shot to crap. It was.
Yeah,
hilarious.
Like, that was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of how I was feeling watching my guys marching up there to try and support A and V. Like, look, I don't blame us. We were sitting there on a point and there was nothing really going on. So I absolutely get it. A lot of the battle is just making sure that your guys are having fun and keeping them interested.
How dare you have that mindset? This is very serious, Milsim.
Dude, look. Half the time when I'm not leading, I'm just here to have a good time, dude. Like, I lead. This is actually the event that I normally lead. I normally lead Friday nights. So, oh, here we go. Holcomb is charging out the singular artillery guy for the Union.
Let's go.
They're gonna get him. Oh, there's 2 now. This is big. This is big news.
Now I will say I am kidding as well. If you couldn't tell with to those watching with the inflection of my voice, we're playing a video game. Have some fun,
man. Yeah, dude. It's I come out here. Yeah, I take it serious, especially whenever I'm leading. I want us to win. I get a lot of enjoyment from winning, but at the same time, if we're not having fun, then I mean,
what's the point?
It's not really worth coming out. Yeah.
Yep. So, the Union do win that corner. CSA counter-charged. They kind of overextended a little bit, and Union was able to hold. They got a nice little corner spot. I was a little worried because they put themselves in a corner, but they held.
Yeah.
And IVB pushing out from that, heading to the other side, which you have a fair amount of Union kind of over to this way. CSA almost down to taking losses.
Yep, but we are prepped, and we are starting to cap B point, and we are starting to cap C point as well. So that's perfect. We do need to get those points up ASAP because we, like you said, are down almost. Oof.
Yeah, this was what I was expecting last round for CSA to be in, basically taking losses, but.
And it looks like Holcomb Legion is pulling out of that Union artillery position. They're kind of getting a couple. Who is that? NWB is getting a couple shots into their side, but. They had some kind of brush in the way, so it kind of protected them.
IVB's going up center of that open field.
Yeah, they are. Who is that? Yeah, 14 Tennessee and AB in support as well. And who is that on the fence line? TKO is trying to kind of shoot him out in the field from the fence line.
AB's got to move. They're sitting in a wide open field.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of that position necessarily, but I mean, yep, man, they kind of got wiped as a result, but it's all right. They'll make it back to the fence, and we have plenty of friendlies to help hold on that B point.
So,
which was really my big concern. And it looks like what 3 Union guys maybe are going to see if they can't try and decap on C point, but I don't think that they're going to be able to get that off with the number of CSA there.
So now it's time to see if Union can actually make an attempt for this point. They're going from 3-pronged. You got the center with IVB, Midwest Brigade, and I think Eagles Brigade is going up the Union right, and then we've seen the Union left.
Oh, it looks like IVB in the center is actually going to fall back and try and make a push to the woods, and link up with MWB here, which Ooh, ANV and Hulk. That could be disastrous for us here, but I'm confident. Oh, and 14th as well. Sorry, don't want to leave out my boy Meat Cutter.
Oh my goodness, what a
Shout out
volley
Meat Cutter, we love you.
what a volley from A&V and the Woods and GB on Midwest.
That was gorgeous. Oh, but here comes IVB. They've got a brace for this. Looks like we're prepared. Bandits are on.
The CSA's trying to get their last second loads in.
Yep. Oh, 6th Arkansas coming down the fence line as well, supporting MWB. Alright. It looks like IVB kind of got wiped there, but they've still got to deal with 6th Arkansas and MWB.
Flag just walked right into that. And
Yep.
here comes 6th Arkansas. I don't think they're going to be able to break through.
Yeah, the biggest problem is those little half-stone walls, they don't provide much cover, but man, getting over top of them is a nightmare. It's like trying to run over... Dude, you can't do it. So, it's really nice to kind of hold and brace against the charge behind those, because you can kind of stab them as they're trying to come over.
Such a pain. So,
Yep, and it looks like they do manage to hold there.
IVB's flag is down as well. CSA does hit taking losses, but Union's starting to go down. Meanwhile, on the opposite side towards Union left, CSA is trying to get in some close engagements with Union on the fence line.
Yep.
Actually, Eagles Brigade wasn't over on that side. They're on this side.
Yep, you have MWB in 6th Arkansas, and I guess the remains of those two units, since they spawned main, it looks like they might make a push towards C Point, see if they can't decap.
That wouldn't be a terrible idea, especially for...
No.
What? Oh, IVB's heading back.
Oh, no, sorry, I was trying to agree with you. Oh.
IVB's trying to get their flag.
Oh, they're going to try and hit it in the back.
They don't have the spawns, though. They don't have their flag, but that would be a surprise, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Who knows what they're thinking, but a push for C wouldn't be a terrible idea. There is some CSA there, so Union would have to charge right through because these guys don't have their flag spawns.
Yeah.
There's some Yankees right there.
I-Corps, it looks like I-Corps, who is that? Or EB, sorry, is going to make a push towards B. Right up the center. From the southwest side near the graveyard.
I don't know how far they're going to get. I mean, CSA surely
Is there no
see it.
CSA? Oh, TKO, it looks like maybe? Yeah, here comes TKO. Oh, they didn't see him.
Here, I'm out of ammo, so I got it. I'm out of ammo, so I got it. On the left.
Come on, you gotta charge those guys out. Yep, okay, IVB is charging in the back of ANV and Hulk as well. And 14th there.
Behind.
Looks like ANV has a solid defensive position though, so we'll see. Yeah, and I think IVB is going to get wiped there.
Flag's still down.
Although yeah, that one I-Corps guy, he might get it. Yep, they don't see him. He's going to sneak out with it.
He'll surely be shot. Surely, right?
There's no way. Yeah, no, he's gone.
What the heck?
Although, I don't know where he's going, to be honest with you. I don't know where he has to go.
Away. Actually, he's probably trying to go back to his friendlies to the south west of where he is.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like they're going to move down that fence line. Who's that? I-Corps? Yep, I-Corps is moving down that fence line towards B. So A and V, don't chase that. Don't chase that.
Oh, there's a couple Union guys up there. Second U.S. Sharps there as well.
Yeah. Oh, we've got some fighting up here with 2nd Texas and 7th South Carolina out near Sea Point, up at the corner of the Snake Rail fence as well.
Performance spear wall, don't charge, come back.
Looks like, who is that? MWB might go for a charge right on the C.
And they're not going to win.
But I don't think that they realize... Yeah, I don't think that they realize that SB is holding that position.
Yeah, they're just going to get in a shootout. They're not going to be able to do much on C, especially since CSA have flags they're respawning. But Union's slowly making their way closer to B, but I get it's a hard position to take, but at this point in the round, both sides are about even on tickets.
It really is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's been a good match. I'm not gonna say that one side is really outperforming the other. We have, you know, CSA has been holding very, very well on that B point. And I mean, you've got some great charges that have been held off by A&V and Holcomb Legion right on that corner. But at the same time, the Union has had great success over at the corner on the south side of B. So it's kind of been like a give and take there. It's been a push-pull.
It has. I mean, the question is, though, Union's got to change something else or else they're going to go down. I do have a question. So we saw a draw last round, right? Let's say the rest of the round goes like this. CSA's up by a morale stage, and they win this round. Is that considered a draw to go to picket patrol, or is it just a CSA victory?
No. So I believe we actually, or I say we, I believe the moderators just voted, or electors, however it's done, just voted to change the rule set where now it has to be 2 actual, like, morale stage, like either draws or like a win and a loss to go to, what do you call it, picket patrol. I don't believe it's a draw and a win or a draw and a loss that causes picket patrol.
Interesting. IVB take that corner that we were charging earlier. A&V returns back to charge into IVB. You have some Union charging in on the B point as well.
Yeah, this is getting to be really chaotic, really fast, and it's getting really chaotic. It looks like Hulk is holding in the middle of the woods. I don't really know what the thought process there, but not gonna hate too hard. I mean, I know it can get really hectic on the field, so it's you know, I don't want to hate on any one commander too hard on Union or CSA, because it can get so hard to figure out what's going on without the Steam or the text chat, because you can't see everything. Like, it gets really difficult sometimes. And it looks like the Union on the southwest corner just got wiped.
Yeah.
By it looks like 7th LA, 20th Georgia, and 8th Virginia.
Yeah, a lot happening.
And Kentucky. Yeah,
3 7th LA guys decapped the original A point for Union. So Union's still losing a ticket.
Wow.
Union win on B point. IVB did kind of beat A&V for the moment. A&V, they got their flag up somewhere. GB's kind of pushing where A&V was. EB, I-Corps pushed down, and 6 Arkansas pushed down to the B point, so Union will get that, but Union doesn't have the A point, so they're not able to deal a ticket drain. You do have some Union moving back there.
It looks like you also have 7th LA moving down the fence line, as well as 20th Georgia towards B point, and TKO is trying to kind of regroup in the woods there. With GB having to kind of fall back just because they got outnumbered with some A and V guys as well. They're going to regroup and likely get another good push in. Shaping up for a good little couple of minutes of some really close quarters fighting and some action-packed fighting here.
Yeah, next couple of minutes.
Oh, and you're seeing out towards C point as well. 4th New Jersey and EB also making a big move towards C. With 6 Arkansas holding in that corner with some EB Cav. Oh, here comes 2nd Texas and 7th South Carolina charging out that corner on the east side at the top of the hill. Well, out near Charlie.
Yeah, at this point, no one's losing any tickets to the flag. It's all down to kills.
It's just straight up. Yeah.
Question is, though, can Union actually hold the B point? Because CSA is starting to win back that B point, especially since some Union probably had to pull off to go back to A. There is...
Yeah, and they have a lot of guys over headed towards C point as well, so...
So I think that's a Union flag down by B. The Union on B point now pull off with the flag. And CSA is going to be able to take this back. And that's not surprising. CSA is really spread out on that wood line shooting into Union, who's not as spread out. So it's...
Yeah, and I can't confirm that is a Union flag that's down there out near B.
There is also a Union flag down by CSA Artillery. Maybe 7th LA
Yep,
got
that was from that big charge from earlier, yeah.
So
that's actually really bad for the Union right now. They are down 2 flags, and I mean they're gonna be down two points as well here in a minute.
Yeah, CSA is going to get that B point back. I mean, there's a lot of Union at main, but again, no flag, so they can't get respawns on the fly. And they got the 5-minute flag despawn time around those, so unless they pick it back up, they won't be able to respawn in the line of fight for a while. And
Billy,
5
it
minutes
sounds
is a
like you're
long
cheating
time,
on
especially when you're down a point.
Maybe he wants to.
Oof, and this is really unfortunate. Looks like 6 Arkansas and EV were forced to pull back from that little corner, that snake rail fence out near Charlie as well. Looks like they were pushed out by a mixture of 2nd Texas and 7th South Carolina and SB. Good little group of guys there. So they really have no assault coming down, except, okay, I take it back. They've got some guys, they have some EB guys in the woods, and some 4th New Jersey guys in the woods, kind of on that road there, able to push whichever direction they feel is best. And, oh, that's a lot of IVB going towards B point as well. Maybe gonna hit those CSA guys in the flank. That'd be ANV and GB.
There's CSA set up for them. So CSA get that B point back. They're going to start the ticket drain, and time's ticking for Union.
What are you doing here? You suck, you Yankees! You don't know how to fight!
Oh, and here we go. MWB is pushing across the field. They're gonna push towards B point.
They're going to try. They get hit by CSA already. That looked like it was a good shot.
Yeah. This is one of those maps with the Artie that I'd say, if you're not getting charged out, both of the Arties have great shots onto B point, and they can do some really, really good work. It's just, are you getting shot out? That's the question.
So Union have, I was going to say 3 flags down, but the flag that was down by CSA Arties despawned or been picked up, so that must have been down for a while actually. But
yeah, it was down. Before even that big group of people that were charging on B point a while ago.
I didn't even notice that.
The blood on this tree.
Oh, here we go. There's a Union charge on C point on the corn.
Let's say Eagles
Looks like
Brigade.
SB might actually. Yep, and 4th New Jersey as well. I believe. Oh, I don't know if GB and 2nd Texas can hold that. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to.
Company, hold here, hold here, hold here.
Just a little bit too many guys there.
Hold, 53rd, hold.
Although you have some 2nd Texas and some 7th South Carolina at the top of that snake rail fence, who could move down to support. So we'll see.
Moving.
And more SB pushing from in the woods as well.
I'm with you. Virginia! Get that guy, get that guy.
Hey, behind you, behind you.
Oh, God.
Hey, Rebelson.
Got him. Great.
So EB is starting a decap, which Union needs that desperately, and they need to hold that for as long as possible. And the thing is, too, is that CSA is really concentrating on the B point. They're not really worried about the A point, and Union's trying to go in numerous different directions, and Union's in breaking.
ANV goes for a charge on IVB out near the B point on that corner that they've been fighting over the whole match. I just don't think ANV's got the numbers to do it. They kind of get cut down before they even reach the line, unfortunately. Oh, but who is that? 14th Tennessee and some more ANV guys and some 7th LA are going to kind of try to meet them right there.
Yeah, they will clean up the rest of IVB, but hey, they got that decap at C. That's very good for Union. I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold that, because looking from a distance, Union's kind of been cleaned up. So CSA is going to get it back. But actually, there's some CSA also pressuring the Union A point, and that's keeping a lot of Union guys there. 14th Tennessee.
Watch out, don't make yourself an easy target.
The biggest thing is just how close that Union spawn is to B point, their main spawn. It makes it difficult sometimes to it makes it somewhat difficult to kind of send a bunch of guys over to A as CSA, because you feel like you're pulling away from the actual main defense.
So a lot of those Union guys, as you mentioned, they're making their way to B. I don't know where flags are for these groups though. Union actually pushed out a C into the graveyard trying to get some shots.
Yeah. It looks like we have TKO and 2nd Kentucky holding out in the woods by B point. With a mix of another group of guys. You see GB kind of holding out towards the northwest of point. Oh, they might run right into IVB here. Or EB, sorry. EB.
South, let's go. We're moving south.
And it looks like they do.
What's going on?
Yep.
Oh god, don't stab me, Southerners. Kill the Southerners. Yeah, death the Southerners.
Yeah, it looks like Hulk is going to win that.
Stab them, hang them, skin them.
Good fight though, good little charge.
Gets a nice couple of kills. Meanwhile, on B, I-Corps guys are on top of that right now. EB's moving in as well. TKO and some GB guys are trying to contest that. But again, at this point, I think Union's just trying to avoid hitting last stand. CSA is going to hit breaking, but at this point, it's going to be a question of is Union going to hit last stand. Nice
Yeah, and I mean, that's
shot
the biggest thing that... Oh, wow.
CSA.
That was beautiful.
It prevented the decap and a great buck and ball shot, I think, as well from AB guys. TKO, and now some GB guys are countercharging on EB with the flag. And
Yup. I-Corps or EB. Fort New Jersey kind of holding in the woods there. Oh, but they're about to just get engaged by A and V. That's unfortunate for them.
so 6 minutes left. CSA still barely holds that B point. That's unbelievably huge. And I don't think Union's going to be able to stop this from happening. That being them hitting last stand. Union also lost a flag on the B point. So, I mean, the problem is Union at this point is kind of going independently into the B point. They're so spread out. That's what you kind of expect with these bigger maps, especially when the team decaps your save point. So,
yeah, the biggest thing that I think a lot of, I don't want to say a lot of, but at multiple times I've seen some of these units do during strat sketches say, hey, if we hit a certain level of losses or whatever the case may be, if we hit a certain ticket stage, and they're at a certain ticket stage, or at a certain time period, we just need to stop attacking, regroup. We'll eat the ticket drain for a minute or two, but reconsolidate, push, and really focus on taking a point or two, holding them, and getting one big push together, which I really think the USA needs to do right now.
I don't think
but they're not.
They don't have the time anymore. I mean, no, I agree. I agree. They should have done this like 10 minutes ago. But
yeah, they should have done this with like 15 minutes left on the clock, or 12 minutes on the clock, whatever point in time you want to call it at. But that should have been done. Once again, it's very difficult to communicate that if you don't plan it prior. Because of the lack of text chat and Steam chat, runners are the only real way to communicate. So it gets difficult. But we have EB and 2nd US Sharps moving for a sneaky little maneuver into the corn there behind C point, seeing if they can't try and it looks like they got seen.
About to charge IVB, who's closely engaged with A and B near B.
Love to see it. Look, I'll say, Hulk, we may not be as big as some units, but we can hold our own in quite a few engagements. We know what we're doing as far as melee goes. We do drills once a week.
There's EB.
And yep, here they come. We'll see how it goes.
And just like that, both sides are going to hit their next stage. CSA at breaking, any second Union is going to hit last stand. The flags won't really matter much more for Union. I don't know. Does the number of flags capped from each side matter for the campaign at the end of the round, like War of Brothers?
So all it will do is it affects how much actual supply you lose. So if you have an extra flag capped, then it will affect the supply.
Okay.
Just how much supply you lose.
So Some
I
important.
think it's only like by 100.
Which
Yeah.
is that?
I mean, no,
is that
it's
a lot,
absolutely
or-
important. Not really, but it is at the same time. It's like it'll definitely hurt a unit, but on the national stage, not really.
Okay.
But you know, it'll definitely hurt an individual unit, and it can actually sometimes be the difference between actually losing your token on the board and having a token to play with for the next couple of weeks.
Right, and I assume that can add up over a while as well. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah. So I mean, if we can, we're definitely CSA is definitely going to make a push to say if they can cap A before we wipe them all out.
so
You'll actually see a couple of times right towards the end. We'll try and separate the Union guys, anybody who's still alive as an individual, and we'll just start yelling, "Don't kill him! Don't kill him! Don't kill him! Keep him alive!" so the round doesn't end, and we can actually get that last point capped.
right. So Union can't respawn anymore. If they were dead when they hit last stand, they spawn back in. But it looks like this round's probably just gonna keep
That was on accident.
ticking down until the clock hits 0. Or if CSA caps all 3 points, then we'll have a 3-minute counterattack.
Your mother smelled him of that. Fucking
And
We'll see
CSA
how
have
this
hit
goes.
the graveyard, 7th LA there.
Yep, and it looks like they are going to make that push to the A point. And you can see that there are quite a few Union units heading there. I can see some EB guys, some 4th New Jersey guys. Who is that, 6th Arkansas as well. The biggest thing now is it gets so hard to organize your guys as one big unit because half of them are dead, spawning at main. Oh, okay, apparently there will be a pickup patrol. I was unaware.
CSA wins there. Okay. Well, I will. Well, I guess I'll put on the very bottom of the description what happens. I won't put it in a pinned comment. Don't want to spoil that, but yeah, lagging a little bit.
Fair enough.
All right, I think I'm unlagged.
All right. Yep, you sound perfect now.
Anyways,
You were a robot there for a moment, but
yeah,
you're better now.
Gotta love that. Anyways, Evans, what's your thoughts for this round as CSA pull out a pretty sizable win?
We have taken Atlanta. Holcomb and Greg's Brigade in total have taken Atlanta. I'm very happy with these results. I think Union could have done a little bit better as far as like reorganizing for a bigger charge a little bit earlier, but overall, they actually played it well. It was a great match, a lot of good charges, a lot of good shooting from both sides, so no side really has anything to be ashamed of, to be honest with you. It was a great match.
Yep, I mean, everyone tried good things. I mean, it's just kind of how the things laid out, right? When Union had the 8 point to start the round, that was a very strong defensive position. CSA is going to have a hard time breaking through. Simultaneously, Union trying to get to the B and C point when CSA's got their team there. They're just hard points to take, and especially when you don't have like a Steam chat and all of that, it can be difficult to coordinate stuff effectively. And I mean, Union made some attempts. They were able to get B at some points, but they weren't able to firmly hold it, and that's just a very difficult thing to do. So with that all being said, Pickup Patrol result will be in the bottom of the description if I remember to put it there. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to support the channel more, you can become a YouTube member. Hit the join button beneath the video, and you can get live streams of the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, Discord and other stuff are in the description. I appreciate you all. Have a wonderful rest of your night.